We are so excited to be hosting all of you today, and we are expecting today's conversations to be extremely interesting, provocative ones, and we're going to be focusing on the current state of philanthropy, but also its future.
This year's Institute builds on the strategic conversations we began with some of you last year at our Institute. However, while the conversations today are deeply rooted in the social justice issues that we care about, we're really talking today about bigger issues, big ideas, and new strategies.
So our goal today is really to just inspire you to be thinking differently about your grant making, to explore ideas and opportunities for doing your work in new and different ways and with different partners.
In many ways, Public Interest Projects as an organization has been constantly reinventing itself. It's a 30-year-old organization, but Berta and I have been with the organization 12 years. Over the last 12 years, our funds have had to really evolve to be supportive of the groups on the ground in different ways, to embrace new strategies, new leaders. We've looked at how to increase alliances across geography, across race, across issues, and we've really tried to lift up the role of culture and what role the role of culture plays in shining a light on the issues we care about. We're so fortunate to have so many of you with us today, great leaders, great advocates, great partners.
I think one of the most important things that has come up for us is the understanding that to stay static and to continue to provide support in the traditional ways is just not going to cut it anymore. And I think we've all had the experience of being in conference number 1000, where it's the same conversation with the same partners about the same issues. And so it's clear that the problems that we face are just too complex, and it really requires us to be pushing ourselves constantly. We need to be able to adapt, to be open to course corrections, to try new things, and to be okay if they fail. Because it gives us an opportunity to learn from our mistakes. So today's speakers will share the approaches that they use and how they are using strategies to break out of old models for philanthropy and trying to reinvent it.
And for us too, as I said, you know, the evolution that we've been going through has been really important. We're actually in the middle of a rebranding process ourselves because we've been trying to think about how to position our work and the work of our grantees in a different way.
So in putting these panels together and in speaking with all of the presenters, we were really surprised and inspired. There were a lot of lessons that we learned just from having conversations in preparation for today. And so we are hoping that those conversations will engage all of you throughout the course of the day and that we can all together explore how to change philanthropy in the 20th century.
So no apologies. The speakers today are going to really push you to think bolder, to think differently, and I imagine defy the ways you're currently set up and currently the way you operate. So be ready to be pushed a bit.
So the new ways of working that they're going to describe, the new strategies they embrace to harness the energy it takes to bring people closer to solutions, is going to require us to be thinking about how we reorganize our work, how do we rethink about structures, and how do we think about new partners that can bring together resources in different ways so that we can look beyond things like tax codes and take on risk and take a much longer view in terms of change and investment than typically we found in the field of philanthropy.
So this is not going to surprise you. There's no silver bullet, no one solution. We're not, trooping out one solution that's going to solve all of our problems. I think the speakers today are going to talk about the sectors that need to be engaged, multiple sectors, multiple partners, different ways of working.
One thing that's clear for us is that we have to listen to unconventional voices and new voices that include millennials, right? There's been a lot that's been written about them, but I don't think that we fully understand how they support issues they care about, how they do their work. And so we're clear from our conversations with the millennials who are joining us for our panels that they are extremely committed to social good, but that the traditional models just don't work for them. And so part of our conversation today will be, how do the two ends meet then, and how do we engage with more millennials?
So all of you are thought partners in this process. Many of you are allies currently in our work, and there are those of you that we're just meeting for the first time today, and we're excited to do that. We'll be checking in with you various points along the way, and especially at the end of the day. We don't want to just have this meeting where we all talk, and nothing happens. So you'll be asked at the end of the day to write down and tell us what aha moments you had, if there are ways that you think philanthropy or your own institutions can move forward with the conversation, and that'll happen towards the end of the day.